Hey, Tej here. Today we're taking a look at technical analysis for SP500. I'll cover wave analysis with the Elliott Wave Theory and provide multiple scenarios the price may take and explain why I prefer one count over another. Let's take a look at the different possibilities. Today we're going to be looking and focusing on the structure starting from the $4,300 highs and 16th of August. Since then we've had, I think we have 5 different options here. With the higher time frame, expectation is that either this structure over here has ended as an A wave and we are looking for a 3-way correction coming down, or this connector is already done and this is an impulse wave coming down. But for those, let's take a look at the 3-way structures first. In here, the expectation was that we had a 3-way structure into W, 3 ways into X, and then looking for another 3-way structure coming down. Now, at the moment, we don't really need to be worrying about whether this is 5 ways or not. It is possible that wave 4 is still ongoing. In this one, we would have this is 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 into A, B, and C expanded flat in here. And I'm going to go showing you this more in detail on the later counts, as I've got labeled it there a bit better. But the idea is the very same. A, B, and then C looking for one more low here, taking out liquidity that we have resting up in here, and then going downwards again. At the moment, we are starting to get divergences at the very low time frame on these, so there is a possibility that we are actually turning down. Now, when are we going to be expecting that this is not such a structure is at the 1.618. If the price gets to around $3,800, then this is no longer the case, and then we need to be starting to think about the counts that are saying that, okay, we actually ended something down here. Now, the other scenarios is saying that we have W, X, and Y again, counts that is actually ending at these lows. I'm not quite sure if Dan has this already finished, but this was when he had presented this first this as an option, so I've just continued to fill in the blanks here at the end, so I'm not sure if he has this ending or not, but it definitely looks pretty okay. WXY, this structure coming to the 1-to-1 extension, and the higher time frame WX and Y coming to the 1.382 extension. On smaller time frames, this WXY is getting right into the minimum extension of 0.618, and even here on as an ABC, this is scraping almost to the 1-to-1, and then going higher. Again, there are 2 different options here we can see. Either this is a wave 4 of something, or this is the start of something. So this short in here is definitely going to be playing out, I feel like, or at least I'm taking, or I'm already taking it, and looking for downwards movement. Now, whether it's going to be a wave 2 or something else as a wave A, B, or C, could be something else, of course, is something that we just don't know of yet. Again, once we get to that $3,800, at that point we can invalidate some of the counts at least. But yeah, let's keep tracking on this and see how it turns out. Then we have another count. This is the option 4. I don't really like this too much. Why is just because how large this is going to get. Now the higher time frame WXY is already at almost to the 1.618. And for this to be happening, the wave Y should be something like this. It has no proportions whatsoever for anything, so to me this count is not very likely, and that's why I'm not going to go through that much more. Now the ABC, or the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 scenario is that we have this as a 1, 2, then another 1, 2 here, and 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 3, 4, 5, and then expanded flat here, as we were seeing on the first options or first counts I showed you before. So this is definitely a very much of a possibility count or possible count. This being an ABC fits very well if we are looking at the smaller time frames here, 5 minutes, and looking into this last leg here, we can probably see this as 1, 2, 3, 4, and then possibly looking at the last leg. On 5 minutes we are getting those divergences happening here, so it is possible that we are either completed this whole structure already and this wave 5 is already where we have that third, but again we'll see. I've taken already my short just based on the structure here. It doesn't really look too good. We have almost overlapping structures here, but the retracements are so shallow that there's really no chance of getting in at these highs here at all for any kind of move, unless you just want to go in for it, but I just don't see that point. Yeah, looking for downwards. Whether this 5 is done now or a bit later, we'll see. Let's go back to a bit higher time frame and looking at the last scenario. Again, this can be the end of the 5-way structure. This can be the third or the C wave. Again, if it goes beyond the 1.618 extension here around $3,500, then we might be going more towards the wave 3 structure as more likely scenario. But at the moment I'm still hopeful that we are actually creating this as an A, B and C and then higher, because of the higher time frame expectation of this being A wave, then this was B, and then looking for that C wave as an expanded flat. Very similar what we have here. Then the last scenario is that we have this as a W, X and Y, and in here we would have this as an A, B and C. This is an okay look as well. However, the reason I don't really prefer this that much is the wave 4 here is quite large compared to the wave 2 here. So that is the only issue I have at this moment with this count. Of course, the retracement here is getting very close to the 0.5 already of this third wave, so that makes it less likely if we go beyond that. But at this moment we are still around that targets for the ABC and wave 4 as well, so it still fits into the idea. And with this count as well, we would be looking for one more low, taking out the third wave here and most likely taking out the B wave here, just to create one more low, and then we can be pushing higher. So yeah, a lot of things are looking at short setups from here. Invalidation is very clear, so this is the invalidation area. Whether we are going to be getting this one or this one, we'll see later on, but those are basically the setups that I have for today. And if you want to be looking at the risk to reward, this would be the possible wave 2 area around 1 to 3, and the other one would be at least most likely taking out these lows around 1 to 5. So I feel like those are pretty good looking areas to short in my opinion, but of course this is not financial advice by any means. But if you made it this far into this video, I would appreciate the likes. Link to my free Discord server in the description below, and for now I thank you for watching and hope you have an amazing rest of your day. See you in the next video, bye bye.